I've done many tarot readings and channelings for a ton of different people, and I notice a pattern. Y'all's sacral and solar plexus be blocked AF. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I literally feel cramps and knots in my stomach doing readings for some people. It's literally a buildup of energy garbage that you have not taken out yet or have not released because you are so lost and immersed in these feelings that you can't even recognize that it's not even your energy. And I understand why. I understand why, some people really struggle with this. It's because you guys are so rooted and anchored in your reality that even if you know this is not the life that you want to live, you accept it because this is all you know. Let me tell you a little bit about the chakra. The root chakra is basically like your survival instincts. It is the first chakra, and it has been developing until the age of 7. So you have been rooting since you came out the womb. And rooting is basically a time where you determine if your environment is a safe place for you so that you are regulated and you trust that you are going to be provided with your survival needs, or your environment can show you that you have to constantly be in fight or flight mode because the people around you did not give you the things that you need to survive. So you constantly have to look for it. You constantly have to be on defense mode. And that is what majority of the population is living in. There is deep-rooted fear, pain, and suffering that people constantly project out. Literally, people walking around with low vibrational entities projecting and just living their miserable life because they accumulated so much negative things that they never sat with themselves, self reflect, and alchemize it. If anything, they attached themselves to it and started being the emotion that they just lost their sense of self. They immersed themselves in their pain and suffering, and that's who they are. But we also have other energetic systems, and they do play a role in these things, these negative things that we are experiencing, but they also play a role in the positive things that we experience, like a good self-esteem, confidence, wisdom. Is like we are energetic beings, okay? So it's like pretty much our energy centers control almost everything in our reality, and that is why it is good to keep them regulated. That is why it's good to know thyself, know yourself, educate yourself so that you are not easily influenced by the people who are in low vibrational states, who project their pain and suffering, who think the lowest of life because they don't give themselves love, nurturing, everything that they desire. They don't fulfill themselves with it. So that's why they try to make you miserable and see life in their light. Because miserable people loves company. They don't like to be alone. They like people to be around them and validate their reality. They like to talk to people who's going through familiar things so that they can both bond over their pain and suffering. People are literally their traumas. And a lot of people are not aware of that. But you have to be aware of that and know that you can always alchemize any emotion, any feeling, and overcome any obstacle that you are faced with. You also have to be picky with whose energy you focus and direct your energy to. So like, let's say someone is nitpicking at you and just rubbing you the wrong way. You can feel through their words that they don't mean any genuine or good feelings towards their words, and they're just being flaky. They're trying to throw evil eye at you. They're trying to throw a spiritual attack at you, and you know it. But before you decide to take their opinion and make it as truth or take it personally, ask yourself, do you want a life like theirs? Does your life, does your self-concept, does your perception of life inspire you? Or does it inspire you not to live a life like theirs? You have to ask yourself that question, because once you just start seeing people as people with their own perception of life and their own perception of self, they're the creators of their reality. It is easier for you to not easily be influenced by other people. That is how you start to unblock your solar plexus and build that confidence within, because that's why a lot of our solar plexus be blocked, because we be taking the projections and limiting beliefs of other people that we wonder why we feel like crap. It's because you took someone else's energy and identified it as yours. So now you see life like theirs. Now you have rose-colored glasses on, taking the energy of somebody else's and not recognizing your own. The reason why most of you guys are depressed is because you guys are literally feeding off of trash dopamine, scrolling on your phone all the time, running away from your feelings, not acknowledging how you feel inside, not acknowledging how you perceive life, constantly escaping and distracting yourself, that you don't realize that your life is crap. You're not being who you want to be because you're not giving yourself the time to be. If you're going to be on the internet, make sure you're learning something. Make sure you're seeing something positive. Okay? Like, don't just be on the internet just to be on the internet with no context, just to like pass time. Like, that's lame. You could be using that time to be creative. You could be using that time tapping into your intuition. You could be using that time to grow and evolve yourself, understand yourself, observe your thoughts, being the observer of your reality. Your sacral is your inner child. That is where you create. And if your sacral is blocked and you're depressed and you're down and you're feeling anxiety and you're feeling fearful of taking action, then you're going to be stuck. You're going to be rooted and anchored, but rooted in fear, worry, anxiety, and suffering and pain. You're going to be taking your past circumstances and it's going to literally hold you back from the best version of yourself. Our inner child is within us, okay? Like, just because you're grown now doesn't mean that inner child is gone. Every version of you is within you that you have 100% access to. That's only if you allow yourself to. That's only if you give yourself the conscious time to do so. Of this video, I just wanted to remind you guys to regulate your chakras, do body scans, tune in with yourself, build a relationship with yourself so that you're not struggling in life, so that you're not suffering in the life that you don't want, and you start living and start thinking as the person that you do want to be. So that was my reminder for you guys. If you guys want to get in contact with me, follow my Instagram, Ovrwise. I'll be posting a lot more on there, and it's more easier to just ask me a question. I answer all my DMs, so I got you with that. Interested in any of my services, my website is down below, is Ovrwise.com, and I also have a Patreon. It's called The Golden Age, and if you are interested in that and want to get full in-depth lessons on the slideshows that I post on my Instagram, the link is down below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and making it to the end of this video, and I'll see you guys next time.